if I do something good in neurosurgery because of him. So I don't need to remember, I will never forget him. He was the creator of my career.
I know him since 43 years. So this was 1982. I visited him for 3 weeks. And since then, I found that he has a so nice thinking, philosophy, concept, as well as his technique and everything. Then I decided to translate his 6 books. So I spent 10 years to finish all 6 books, translation from English to Chinese. And those volumes published in China influenced all the Chinese neurosurgeons. So all of our colleagues call him Grandpa Yaşargil.
Ich habe als kleines Kind, ich bin die älteste Enkelin und sie haben noch in der Schweiz gewohnt, bis ich 10 war. Wir waren fast jedes Wochenende bei ihm auf Besuch. Ich habe in Erinnerung und vor allem viele Fotos, wo man sieht, dass er schon sehr eben als Grossvater sich mir Kleinkind zugewendet hat. Ich habe aber lebhafte Erinnerungen vor allem daran, dass er seine Art zu erzählen, die sie auch erlebt haben, die sie ihn interviewt haben, das hat er ja immer schon gehabt. Und das hat er mir sehr gefesselt. Das habe ich das Privileg gehabt, das als relativ kleines Kind schon zu erleben. Ich habe wahrscheinlich nicht ansatzweise die Hälfte verstanden, aber ich glaube, die geistigen Welten, die er einem mitgenommen hat, das hat mich schon sehr stark geprägt.
Heute war für mich ein trauriger Tag. Auf der einen Seite, das haben Sie sicherlich in meiner Rede gesehen, dass am Ende ich sehr, sehr fast Tränen im Auge hatte. Aber auf der anderen Seite habe ich mich gefreut, dass ich einmal über meinen Freund reden kann und auch ihn aus meiner Perspektive und Gefühle vor dieses Publikum, der aus der ganzen Welt kommt, darstellen kann. Und ich habe nachher dann von vielen gehört, dass sie sich sehr gefreut haben, zu erleben, welche Freundschaft und welchen Respekt wir zueinander gehabt haben. Das war, glaube ich, ein ganz besonderer Tag.
It is a tremendous honor to be a part of this gathering, which celebrates the life and legacy of Professor Dr. Gazi Yaşargil, a pioneer, an innovator, visionary, and one of the greatest neurosurgeons of all time.
I have lost a very special friend and my lifetime distinguished colleague.
I mean, there were like probably 2,000 people visiting, colleagues visiting neurosurgeon Professor Yaşargil during the years that he was active in Zurich.
I would like to take a moment to express my deepest sorrow, and I look particularly at you, Mrs. Yaşargil, at the recent passing of Professor Yaşargil. It is therefore both a great honor and comfort that this symposium is being held in his memory. In Zurich, we are very thankful to Professor Yaşargil. He was not only a pioneer and a visionary in the field of neurosurgery, but also an inspiration for generations of scientists, clinicians, and patients.
At the time when the brain was still, and probably it is still nowadays, a medical frontier, too dangerous to fully explore, he developed essential tools that are now commonplace in operating theaters worldwide, the floating microscope, the Yaşargil, and a whole array of microsurgical instruments.
Microsurgery was just starting, but we would actually like to operate with a loop on the front. And my boss at the time started using the microscope, and I remember that once he was doing an anterior communicating aneurysm with a microscope, the aneurysm ruptured, and what he did was to put the microscope away. And so I asked myself, but what is the use of the microscope? And found out that I could have the answer going to Zurich. And that's when I went through the courses. And you would spend half of the day operating rats, and the other half of the day observing Professor Yaşargil performing surgery. And this really was a very important moment in my training, of course.
I'm so happy to see this picture.
This is Professor Yaşargil with Professor Balamanis. Friendships, respect, mutual, challenging each other. And they have been very active in thinking also together, why do AVMs present like this? Why do they have this typical shape? Is that just hazard? Is this chance? No, there has to be a reason why. We have to understand the why. And this is the teaching of Professor Yaşargil.
Since many make that connection between the Yaşargilian and the microscope, I think we need to hold on to the principle.
With his background, he was well prepared for his time in Zurich and was able to contribute fully, right from the start, in the competitive team whose work was characterized by high professionalism, discipline, and high ethical standards in diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up of patients. The time with Hugo Kreinbühl profoundly shaped Professor Yaşargil and was decisive for the rest of his life.
So his impact has been very important on the technique, on establishing microneurosurgery for vascular, but also by establishing many anatomical labs.
This is another photograph from Japan, and this is also some of the during his lectures in Japan.
In our hospital, we established two centers. One is a Yaşargil Microsurgical Training Center, another is a Samii skull-based dissection training center.
I think this memorial event is a true sign that Gazi will remain forever in the history of neurosurgery as a great pioneer, at the same time a great legend.
Insular tumors do not invade the putamen.
This was his answer. It looks like funny answer, but it was the most important answer in my opinion. It looks like very simple, very simple. Stupid question, stupid answer. No, it looks like what Schimmer did. Very simple. But this changed the whole mathematics, physics, mechanics, whatever. It was very simple.
Thank you for guiding me into the profound world of neurosurgery, thanks to the great legacy you left behind. We all neurosurgeons, as well as neurointerventionists for the world, are now able to save many patients every day. So please continue to watch over us from heaven. May you rest in peace. Thank you so much.
I'm very happy in his name to listen to all of the lectures. We would have missed that. We would have missed it. I am very proud and honored to listen to them in his name.
I talked to Dianne and she arranged a visit. My wife and myself had visited him in their house. He was very happy, in a very good mood, and he was happy to see the Turkish government, Turkish state representative in his house, and I was also very happy to do that. It was probably, the last chance for a Turkish government official to see him.
He was, as a control himself every time, but when a patient arrived to him, he was just thinking to treat, how can get support his or her life and recover soon. He was great man, actually. I respect to him. He was our honorable members in Turkish Academy of Science, and we will miss him so much.
Of course, we didn't know that we would lose him. We were planning for his birthday to be celebrated with this program, and unfortunately we lost him. So this is my connection to him. But as a representative of Türkiye, the whole event is a great source of pride for us because he was really a citizen of the world.
Mikrochirurgie ist nicht nur eine Technik, es ist eine Philosophie. Und zum Beispiel tut sich das sehr gut bewirklichen mit, je mehr man sieht, umso mehr weiß man. Und umso mehr man weiß, umso mehr sieht man. Also das Wissen, je mehr wir wissen, umso mehr müssen wir noch mehr wissen. Und das ist einfach täglich die Realität. In Medizin, aber überhaupt im Leben. Und das ist sehr beeindruckend, was uns da gezeigt hat.
Of course, in the first surgery, there is no doubt I was very nervous. But immediately, maybe even in the first surgery, end of surgery, I was so comfortable. First of all, he was very helpful. He was not pressing. He was not asking many questions. He was not pushing. He just let me go. And sometimes he gave idea and he didn't disturb me, anything else. And then what I thought, we have to pass this examination. If we are a good neurosurgeon, We have to pass. You know, the half soccer player are playing in front of 1 billion people. So we have to able to do our best surgery in front of our best teacher. It was pressure, but it was great examination. And then I was very comfortable. And then, because in many cases, I had comfort with him to do surgery.
Ich habe viel mit ihm Sprechstunden gemacht, auch in Istanbul nachher. Und es war immer wieder interessant, aber wie Patienten extrem ihm nahe sind. Und obwohl sie natürlich wahnsinnig Respekt hatten, aber sie haben sich extrem aufgehoben gefühlt bei ihm und so das Vertrauen geäußert. Also habe ich sehr speziell gefunden.
Von ihm habe ich gelernt, was eigentlich ein richtiger Mensch ist. Nicht nur die Arbeit, sehr harte Arbeit, aber auch die Menschlichkeit. Und das war extrem interessant, nicht? Und dann die Organisation im Operationssaal. Und da ist Frau Yaşargil sehr wichtig, nicht? Jeder und jede wusste genau, was sie zu machen hatten. Wie ein Orchester, nicht? Und da habe ich gesagt, er hatte einmal gesagt, man fragt nicht dem Violinist, wie sagt man, the drums auf Deutsch, der Drummer zu spielen, nicht? Jeder muss genau wissen, was er machen muss und zu welcher Zeit. Und das war einfach fantastisch.
Was am meisten geblieben ist mir eigentlich sein immenses Wissen, nicht nur über Neurochirurgie, sondern Neurowissenschaften, künstlerische Felder wie Literatur, Kunst, Politik hat dann auch sehr interessiert. Also er war überall bewandert und hat einfach auch die Zusammenhänge gesehen auf eine Art und Weise, wo, wenn man es nicht weiss, sieht man das irgendwie nicht. Aber er hat irgendwie wie all die Fäden können zusammenspielen und über eine lange Zeit, also eben historisch zurück, ich sage jetzt mal bis zu den Römern oder früher in der Antike. Und das hat mich wahnsinnig fasziniert.
Wir haben natürlich unglaublichen Respekt vor dem Professor Yaşargil. Und es war eine ganz spezielle Atmosphäre. Es war extrem ruhig. Und man hat die Präzision gemerkt, obwohl wir Anästhesisten sind ja nicht beim Kopf oben. Das ist eben eine kopferne Anästhesie für uns. Aber wir haben natürlich zum Teil auch per Video gesehen, was er macht. Und das war sehr eindrücklich. Er hat auch sich immer sehr einbringen in die Anästhesie. Ich sage es jetzt mal positiv. Wir waren zum Teil ein bisschen embarrassed, oder? Wenn er gesagt hat, nein, das ist gar nicht gut. Und er hat also sehr streng mit uns können sagen, das muss man jetzt anders machen und so. Also das hat mich sehr beeindruckt. Und er war auch im OP ein Leader, oder? Er hat auch klare Anweisungen gegeben. Sie haben alle gewusst, was sie zu tun hatten.
Piano music soothes my soul and mends any frazzled nerves. So I'm grateful. Thank you. Also, today we experience, we witnessed an emotional, heartwarming tribute to a man, a neurosurgeon, a scientist, a philosopher, an artist, a writer, and a humanist. I am very proud to know and to realize your enthusiasm for the microneurosurgery legacy of Yaşargil. He is reassured his efforts for patients and his teachings will continue. Thank you. Thank you. Gazi said to me several times, when I'm not here, tell everybody, don't be sad, be happy, be joyful, wear colors. So this evening, please, remember with joy and be inspired. Thank you.
Die Art, wie er geredet hat. Ich finde, er hat zum Beispiel ein wunderschönes Vokabular. Ein sehr elaboriertes Vokabular, das man heute fast nicht mehr findet. Ich glaube, es kann heute fast niemand mehr so reden. Und das ist, man ist eigentlich zu ihm hingesessen und man war in seiner Welt, in seiner geistigen Welt. Das ist schon ein Verlust. Ich hatte auch das Glück, 1-2 Mal mit ihm mitgehen auf Kongressreisen. Es war sehr eindrücklich. Sie haben recht, ja, es ist, natürlich dort erlebt man dann die öffentliche Person, aber ich glaube, es war für mich wie normal. Ich habe es gar nicht anders gekannt. Und ich habe es einfach, ja, es war ein grosses Privileg. Er hat mich auch sehr motiviert, immer zum Bücher lesen und Sprachen lernen und so weiter. Es war toll.
You know, some will say, do not connect very much with your patients. It's not good for your performance. He showed me on the contrary. If you connect really to the core of your patients, you will care like your family or loved ones, and you're going to put 1000%, not 100%.
Viele Leute wissen das nicht, dass wir uns schon vor mehr als halbem Jahrhundert kennengelernt. Und außerdem, wir beide kommen aus Orient. Und er kam von der Türkei, ich vom Iran. Und ich freue mich, dass diese Freundschaft, dann hat das über ein halbes Jahrhundert sich weiterentwickelt. Wir ergänzten uns kolossal.
He was like a 5-year-old with free thinking and free imagination. And you know, when we go to school, college, and medicine, you acquire certain thoughts which sometimes become like a prison for your brain. And working with him, let me get rid of a lot of these things. So my thinking became more imaginative and more free.
Unfortunately, this time I couldn't let him know that we bring the Chinese calligraph who mentioned 双寿齐天. It means that may we live as long as the heaven.
You know, professor is somebody you can talk about for a year or two, non-stop. But I think I was very lucky so that my life led me to joining him and walking part of his trip together.
In some cases, I was not planning to do surgery, and he pushed me to do surgery. He gave me courage to do surgery, and then I did. And this was great comfort for student. So my education continued with him. So it was first part, it looks difficult, but later on it was the most comfortable period for me in my career.